For Arsenal, it's all about the here and now. 7 games from winning their first Premier League in 22 years, and within touching distance of the Champions League semi-final. Mikel Arteta is on course to come good on his mantra, trust the process. That said, there is no sense that any glory in May would mark the culmination of Arteta's work or ambitions. The summer is seen as an opportunity for the club to take another step forward, regardless of how the end of this season pans out. But there are some crucial decisions looming. There's Arteta's own contract, which is up at the end of next season. And then, there is the question of who to let leave to help fund the signing of 3 key new players. At present, it appears the club will listen to offers for top England prospects Miles Lewis-Skelly and Ethan Nwaneri. Academy players can be counted as pure profit in the accounts, so would provide the biggest transfer fund boost. BBC Sport delves into all the issues that will shape Arsenal's summer, and why renegotiating the manager's deal is the priority. Ambition and pay set to be key factors in contract talks. In the era of the head coach, Arteta is a football manager in the traditional sense. Few enjoy the level of autonomy the Spaniard does. He has earned that power, of course, after improving Arsenal over his tenure. Silverware, the first since an FA Cup in his first year, will serve to tighten that grip. So it is perhaps surprising, with that attention to detail, that Arteta will soon be in the final year of his contract. It is understood initial discussions have taken place and are described as heading in a positive direction. Given the magnitude of what is on the horizon on the pitch, all parties are understood to agree that it isn't the right time with the full focus on the season finale. But sources have indicated that talks will restart in the close season. From the ownership and club's perspective, extending Arteta's deal is what they want, and the manager is also keen to commit. Both parties want to build on their work together. Arsenal are currently 9 points clear at the top of the Premier League and on course for back-to-back Champions League semi-finals for the first time in the club's history. Not winning a trophy this season would, of course, arrive as a major disappointment, but it cannot be disputed that the club have taken giant strides under Arteta. They have reached 3 consecutive Champions League quarter-finals and consistently challenged for the domestic title for the first time since the early days of Arsene Wenger's reign. You'd imagine that Arteta will be aware that he is unlikely to be afforded the level of influence he currently has at any other club in Europe. Yet, with that said, finances will be a key factor once discussions recommence. Arteta is understood to want assurances that the club remain committed to providing the level of backing that has kept the team competitive. And there will also be the issue of what will be an upgraded remuneration package for Arteta. It is understood the 3-year contract Arteta signed in 2024 worth £10 million a season, plus a further £5 million triggered by Champions League qualification. Only the salaries of Pep Guardiola, £20 million, and Diego Simeone, £25 million, are understood to eclipse Arteta's existing contract in European football. If Arteta does put pen to paper, how much closer he gets to Guardiola and Simeone in terms of pay will be a key question. Josh Kroenke, the son of owner Stan and co-chair, and CEO Richard Garlick are leading the process for Arsenal, and given the duo were also involved in renewing Arteta's existing deal in 2024, the club are well positioned. Lewis-Skelly and Nwaneri among 5 players that could leave. While renewing Arteta's deal is an obvious priority heading into the summer, the club will be open for business in terms of player trading. Josh Kroenke was in London towards the end of February, which he was updated on plans for the summer window. Arsenal brought in 7 permanent signings last summer to deepen the quality of the squad. There is a feeling the team does not require the same level of strengthening now. In terms of incomings, Arsenal's recruitment team are set to target a versatile fullback, a central midfielder and left winger. While the plan for the summer is in place, Arsenal's recruitment team, led by sporting director Andrea Berta, are aware they may also need to react to market conditions and opportunities when they arise. Expect there to be outgoings following the £250 million spend of last summer to ensure the club remains financially sustainable and meets the Premier League's new squad cost ratio rules. Among the players the club are expected to listen to offers for Lewis Skelly and Ethan Nwaneri, both of whom signed long-term contracts last summer. Nwaneri has interest from Borussia Dortmund, who have a successful history of landing English football's best young talents. Rival Premier League sides are also monitoring the 19-year-old closely. Lewis Skelly also has varying degrees of interest from top-half Premier League sides. Because the pair came through Arsenal's academy, their sales would be recorded as pure profit on the balance sheet, as there is no initial transfer fee to deduct, a scenario that provides a clear financial attraction. Arsenal sources indicate they would look to recoup a minimum combined £100 million for Nwaneri and Lewis Skelly. Elsewhere, Gabriel Jesus, Ben White and Gabriel Martinelli are also among the players the club are understood to be open to selling ahead of next season. Intriguingly, Martin Odegaard enters the final 2 years of his contract this summer, which could raise questions over the Norwegian's future, but it is understood Arteta is minded to keep his captain. Newcastle trio high on Arsenal list. In terms of incomings, Arsenal are admirers of Newcastle fullback Tino Livramento and, with the Magpies likely to sell at least one of their key players this summer, the Gunners are monitoring the England international situation. Arsenal also hold some interest in Livramento's teammates midfielder Sandro Tonali and winger Anthony Gordon, who the Gunners look seriously at in the summer of 2024. In terms of Livramento, the fact the 23-year-old has endured an injury-disrupted campaign, it is understood, will be a factor for the Gunners as they consider whether to solidify their interest. Arsenal have also been made aware of Celta Vigo or fullback Oscar Mingueza, who out of contract at the end of the season. The Gunners have been heavily linked with Atletico Madrid striker Julian Alvarez, and, while their interest is genuine, it is understood either Victor Gyökeres or Kai Havertz would need to leave for the Gunners to step up their interest in the Argentina international. The Gunners are also expected to make Piero Hincapié's loan move permanent in a deal that will cost the club £45 million. So, whether Arsenal win the league or not, it is set to be a busy and fascinating summer at the Emirates.